There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. On play action, Lawrence. This will be caught at Samuel. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. But that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Right side to Watson. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
26.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They send the tight end Davis in motion.
Box it. Hey, take 26.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Throwing is Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Once more the juke. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This from 44 yards away. The kick by Bass is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they've moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And some room to work. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. He's able to find Melton. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Get 300. Get 326. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Over.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Romeo Doubs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. The extra point by Mevis is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
To try again after the sack, Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think you can easily follow the thinking there. The pressure on the last play, it got to him. So they decided, let's get him out of there, bootleg him out to the right. Unable to complete the pass downfield, but the thought process, spot on.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but he's inside the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he will find his man Samuel. Touchdown, Jaguars! Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 27, Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Christian Watson, 26 yards. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Here's Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Curtis Samuel. monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10.
This pass complete to Melton.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down.
He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Davis.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Got it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now Lawrence. The throw for Tony is intercepted. And the Packers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Hey, take 26.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They had 2 straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash.
Mevis knocks this one through.
And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
They'll run off tackle with Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench, because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. On first down, Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On play action. Now Rodgers. He finds his man Johnson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Another catch from Melton. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. Great job of tackling there to prevent the first down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
First and 10 at the 41.
first down carry by Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. From the 36, Rodgers. Caught right side, Davis.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's good for a Green Bay.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Jags grab it. The big fella. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the...
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers.
Hauled in on the out route by Melton. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
3 quarters in the books.
Three yards remain for 2nd down.
Rodgers now to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A nice pick up there, 10 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Romeo Doubs
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Packers are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And bringing it in, it's Davis.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
Right back to Davis. It's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Nevis is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Lawrence's throw caught by Tony. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. Running on first down, Eckler.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Once more, here's Eckler. Gets around him. Room here to run. Touchdown, Jaguars! Austin Eckler, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Jaguars 45, Packers 31.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And the slot man goes in motion left. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson,
52 yards.
and the Packers are back within a score. Extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
On the ready.
They'll try the right side with Eckler, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Lawrence.
Open man right side is Ingram. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
Here's Lawrence.
And Ingram hauls it in.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Jags, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.